Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you are all doing well. In this video series I will show you how I made this dagger weapon model in Autodesk Maya and Substance Painter. In this first part of the video series we will see how to make the model in Autodesk Maya, so let's get started. So here we are in Maya. Let's go to the front view and import the reference image. And now I will scale up this image so that we can see it more clearly, then move it back in the Z-axis. And then keep this image in a layer, rename it as reference, and turn on reference mode of the layer, so that it can't be selected accidentally. I will turn off the outliner and the grid, so that we can see more clearly. And now, take a cylinder, then rotate it 90 degrees in Z-axis. Move it and position it on the handle portion of the reference image. Turn on X-ray mode and wireframe mode to see through the mesh. And now scale it up from the middle, and keep it somewhere in between. Go to vertex mode, select these vertices and move them over here. And select these vertices, move them up to here. After that, go to face mode, drag and select these faces, then deselect these other faces, and then extrude out by holding Shift key, then move it up till here. Now go to multi-cut tool and create an edge loop over here. Then go to edge mode, and select one of the edge, then hold Shift, right-click, go to edgering utilities, then edgering and split. This will create an edge loop in the middle. After that, go to vertex mode, select these vertices, and scale them down from the middle to match the reference image. And now create edge loops wherever needed, and scale them accordingly. Here also, select this edge loop, and scale it up to match with the image. Now go to face mode, select these face loop, and then extrude them. And then scale it out from the middle. Go to vertex mode, drag and select all these vertices, and then scale them from X-axis to align them straight. Similarly do the same for these vertices as well. After that create edge loops wherever needed, and scale them accordingly. Continue the same process by extruding out the faces of the mesh, then adding edge loops wherever needed and then scaling them to match with the reference image. After adjusting the shape of this part of the model, I will create a layer, rename it as model, and turn off the visibility of the layer. And now, let's create this part. Take a cube, position it on the center of the image plane. Create an edge loop from the middle. Then scale up the cube. And now I will concentrate on this bottom part and later on I will duplicate the same on the top. So go to face mode, select the top faces, and delete them. And now select the bottom face, deselect the other one, then extrude it out. Go to vertex mode, and move them according to the reference image. Again, go to face mode, select the bottom face, and extrude it out. Then go to vertex mode, and adjust the vertices accordingly. Then create edge loops in between, and then adjust the vertices. Go to face mode, and delete this face. Now turn on the visibility of the model layer. Then scale it up from the Z-axis, to match with the width of the handle. After that, select the object, then go to Deform, and choose Lattice. Now go to Lattice Point mode, then select these points and scale them down from Z-axis to adjust the shape of the object. After adjusting the shape with the Lattice Deformer, select the object, go to Edit, then Delete by Type, and choose History. This will delete the lattice deformer without changing the shape of the object. And now create edge loops in between these edges. After that, select the corner edge loops and apply bevel on them. And then increase the fraction value, something like this. And now select these side edge loops. Then scale them a little bit from Z-axis. After that, select these two edge loops, then hold Shift, right-click, and choose Edit Edge Flow. Similarly, select these two edge loops, and press G on your keyboard to repeat the last command. Again, apply Edit Edge Flow to all the edge loops to make smooth shape. After that, select this edge loop and apply Extrude. Scale it down from the middle to give some thickness. Then again extrude it inside. And now create an edge loop in the middle, and then move it forward. And then select these two outside edge loops, and apply bevel on them. After that, apply Edit Edge Flow on the middle edge loop. And then create some edge loops wherever needed to hold the shape. And now this part is ready, we can now duplicate on top of this one. First let's check if the width of the handle portion is matching or not. I will delete these faces. It's looking fine. Let's finish this portion now. Select the object and click on these three icons, which are center pivot, delete the history and freeze transformation. And now by holding D and V key together, snap the pivot on top of the object. And then press Ctrl D to duplicate the object, then scale it to -1 on Y-axis. After that, select both the objects, then hold Shift, right-click, and choose Combine. Now go to Vertex mode, select all these center vertices, then hold Shift, right-click, go to Merge Vertices, again Merge Vertices. This is looking fine. Select both the objects, and add them to the model layer, and turn off the visibility of the layer. Now then, let's create this blade part. Take a cube, then scale it up to match roughly with the thickness of the blade. Go to Vertex mode, select the front vertices, and move them forward to match the length of the reference image. And then do the same for the back vertices as well. Now create an edge loop horizontally from the center of the object. As you can see, the reference is not correctly matching with the center of the object, so I will adjust the reference accordingly. And now from the perspective view, I will scale down from Z-axis to adjust the width of the object. Something like this. And now, select the multi-cut tool, and create edge loops on the middle of these topmost bend portions as we can see in the reference image. After that, go to Vertex mode, and adjust the vertices according to the reference image. Now then, create edge loops in between these edges. And then adjust them accordingly. After that, select all these edge loops by holding Shift key. And then apply bevel on them. And now, create edge loops wherever needed and adjust them accordingly. After that, create an edge loop here from the center. Then go to Face mode and delete all these back faces. And now, select these edge loops. But first, delete these back faces. Now select these edge loops, and then apply bevel on them. And now select this edge loop, then hold Shift, right-click, and choose Slide Edge tool. Then press middle mouse button and drag to slide this edge closer to the corner edge. After that, select these edge loops, Deselect these front edges, and then apply Slide Edge tool. And then slide them close to each other. Something like this. Go to Face Mode, then drag and select all these middle faces. And then apply Extrude on them. And now adjust the thickness and offset, something like this. Now select these edge loops and apply bevel on them. Then turn off chamfer and then adjust the fraction value to make them closer to each other. After that, click on these three icons. Then hold D and V key and snap the pivot on the side edge. Now press Ctrl D to duplicate the object and then scale it to -1 in Z-axis. After that, select both the objects and combine them. And then go to Vertex mode, select all the middle vertices, and merge them. These supporting edges are not looking correct. So I will select these edge loops and delete them. And then with the help of Multi-Cut tool I will create supporting edge loops to hold the sharp edge. After that, let's take a cube and apply smooth on it. Increase the division to 3 to give it a spherical shape. Now scale it up, and position it inside the hole of the object. After that, click on these 3 icons. And then snap the pivot on the middle of this handle portion. Then duplicate the spherical object, and set the scale value to -1 on y-axis. Now select these corner edge loops, and apply bevel on them. And then apply bevel on the middle edge loops as well. So here I am trying to figure out what kind of edge flow will be suitable for the hole in this area. Now then, go to face mode, drag and select these faces. Then hold Shift, right-click, and choose Circularize Components. And then, extrude these faces, and scale it from the middle. Then delete these faces. After that, select these edge loops from both sides. And apply bevel on them. Now, these hard edges are not looking good, so I will delete the extra edges that I have added earlier. And then apply Edit Edge Flow on the rest of the edge loops. And after that, duplicate the sphere, then scale it and position it correctly on the hole. Then delete all the unwanted back faces of the spheres. And then duplicate that object on the opposite side of the model. Now here also, I will delete the faces, then extrude out to give some thickness. And then add edge loops to hold smooth shape. And then duplicate the spherical object, and then scale it and position it correctly over here. The modeling part is complete now. In the next part of the video series, we will do the UV unwrapping of this model. Stay tuned for the next video. So guys, I hope you like this tutorial. Subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the notifications first whenever there is any new video in my channel. Feel free to ask me anything regarding this video in the comments section. Stay safe, and I will see you on the next video.